Thank you very much. I hate that slot, the last one, but I'm going to try and make the best job of it. Thank you for attending the session. For those who are looking for a job, I'd rather say at the beginning of the session that we are recruiting in marketing. So if you're interested in the marketing subject, pay attention. We're here tomorrow as well. We have a booth around the corner. So the topic I was asked to cover today is mobile marketing. How to make mobile relevant for retail. That's my topic of interest, obviously, and I hope it's going to be of interest to you as well. So first thing I want to say is, before I introduce Yo-Yo, is just give you a bit of context into the way that I'm thinking about mobile marketing. So this is a statement that we often make, and we don't get a lot of pushback on it. Is the marketing today, whether it's mobile or TV or whatever medium, is still about too much noise and little relevance. So we see it in a lot of things that happen in our daily lives, whether we open an app or a web browser or we watch TV. A lot of stuff that is pushed to us is actually not extremely relevant to what we want to see. That's normal, because a lot of that marketing is not based on any particular information about who we are, what we like, what we're looking for, the type of information we're after, or the type of product we're after. So whilst we have a great device here, not much has yet changed in terms of creating a relevant mobile marketing experience for the consumers. So it's obviously a big topic for everybody in the retail world, obviously, e-commerce and physical retail. It's a big topic for marketing companies like ourselves. So what we believe is that the future of mobile marketing is when the consumer preference drives the marketing. So I'm just going to come up with very simple concepts here. It's so obvious what I'm writing here that you're going to think, why am I attending this last session? But it has to be this way. So the next generation of marketing, on the mobile obviously, but also in other medium, although this one is going to be the dominant one, it appears, is about personalization and preferences. So in the world of retail, it's about receiving offers that are relevant to me. It's about receiving vouchers that are relevant to me. So for instance, today we go to coffee shops and different types of retail in our everyday life. We have these loyalty cards that are paper-based. Buy X coffees, get a free one. We lose that stuff. We never have it at the right time. A lot of the time, the products that are being advertised are the ones that are being promoted in these loyalty cards are the ones that we're not buying anyway. So this is a pure example of irrelevance in the marketing that is done today. So meaningful rewards and meaningful offers is very, very hard to achieve. And I wanted to give you an example. When I was doing some research before founding Yo-Yo on the advertising market, which is obviously one aspect of marketing, as we know, and I interviewed the CEO of TiVo. So TiVo may not be known to you in the UK as much as it is in the US, but it's basically these set-top boxes that enables a user on top of the TV. A user basically can fast forward on a film, on a program, can rewind, can actually jump the advertising slot with it, during a favorite program. So what he was saying was very, very insightful in that what has happened in his own research is that the consumers would actually stop during an ad to watch the ad, or rewind to watch an ad again, or fast forward to watch an ad, which was never the actual premise of TiVo. TiVo was about creating the TV experience, which was effectively on demand before obviously the stuff we know today. So that's when advertising becomes information. So when they researched what these consumers were actually doing is they were not fast forwarding on any ad. They were fast forwarding on the ads that they wanted to see. So simple example, I'm looking for a car, I want to buy a car, and I'm going to watch an ad by BMW because I'm looking for a car. So this is when advertising becomes information. And that's what we all want as advertisers. That's what retailers want. That's what everybody wants. So let me introduce the notion of data here. So you can't achieve relevance in a marketing strategy, specifically in a mobile marketing strategy, if you don't have the data. So one of the reasons we created Yo-Yo, and I will show you what Yo-Yo is in a second, was to leverage the payment data, everyday payments, with the phone as it happens, to enable a more effective user engagement, more effective relationship between the retailer and the consumer. So the payments data, as you probably know, if you observe a ticket that is given to you after any transaction in a shop, is very granular. So if you look at what's given to you by the cashier, you know that you bought a cappuccino and not an espresso. You know how many you bought. You know that you bought a fruit juice, actually an orange juice, and not a carrot juice, and so on and so forth. You know the time, and all that stuff is in the ticket. So the payments data is extremely rich in terms of as far as data goes in a retail environment. So we believe that there was a thesis, and actually we've proven it, that you can actually achieve extremely relevant marketing to the user by using the payments data. But in a way that is non-intrusive to the user, in a way that actually is treating the user as an equal to the retailer. So we define a vision of a retail experience which is defined by simplicity, relevance, and freedom. And today I wanted to focus more on the relevance side of things, given the topic that I need to talk about. The simplicity you will see when I show you a video. So what is Yo-Yo? Yo-Yo is a marketing business, but it's overall a platform that seamlessly blends payments, loyalty, and discovery. And the payment is very much at the heart of the value proposition, for the reason I gave before, to obtain the data that enables a more effective marketing. So redefining loyalty, redefining discovery about new places, new products, can be done if you treat this device here for what it is, a communication device. So that's the interesting thing about the mobile, is that if we continue to treat it as the best way to communicate between the retailer and the user, we're going to effectively create a better marketing experience for both. So as I said, what I'm saying is not about being retailer-sided, it's not about being consumer-sided, it's creating that equal relationship between both, which is something we haven't experienced much in with other mediums so far. Let me show you a video of what Yo-Yo is in terms of experience for us as a user, but you will also see the retailer side. It's actually a very short video. I hope the sound is okay. I hope at the back you can hear it. And you will see how simple it is. And then I will take you through what it means to create meaningful marketing with the data.
I love the morning. It's my favourite time of day. Sometimes it only takes a moment for my shop to fill up with customers. They want to be in and out quickly, but they also expect a personal experience. For a lot of my regulars, I'm the first person they talk to, and that's a really special feeling. Yo-Yo allows me to take payments quickly and easily, and that keeps my queue moving. customers earn loyalty stamps right on their phone without any extra work. Redeeming rewards and offers is as quick and easy as paying. At the end of the day, I can sit down and see how my business is growing, how my different loyalty programs are doing, and I can even send targeted offers to bring my customers back sooner. Yo-Yo lets me run my business more efficiently and helps me to get to know my customers, so they stay my customers.
So that's Yo-Yo. So Yo-Yo is actually not a concept. Yo-Yo is live in London. We are doing 60,000 transactions a month. It's growing by 25% per month. It's live in a number of universities, in fact. Imperial College, one of them, Greenwich University, Essex, Bedfordshire. And it's also live in a few high street retail chains here in central London. So I've got a Yo-Yo app here. It's the QR code that enables you to pay. It's a multi-merchant app, meaning that unlike the Starbucks app, which is a very successful product within the Starbucks environment, you have in Yo-Yo a number of retailers that accept Yo-Yo, which each have their own loyalty and reward program. So each retailer have tailored the program suited to their own needs and how they want to engage with their own consumers. And any vouchers, any rewards that you earn by being loyal to any particular retailer is automatically credited on your Yo-Yo app. Like I have a free voucher here for a free coffee at Westminster University, where I bought obviously 10 coffees before. I'm a coffee drinker, so it's relevant to me. Just explaining a little bit how it works, for those of you who want to dig into the more technical stuff. Yo-Yo is actually integrated at the point of sale. So each of these shops and retail chains obviously uses software to accept payment. They accept cash, they accept credit card, they accept contactless payments. Yo-Yo is integrated within that EPOS software, point of sale system software. By being integrated in the point of sale, what effectively you see being the retailer is a button that says cash, another one that says card, another one that says Yo-Yo. The reason Yo-Yo is integrated into the EPOS software is because this is the way to capture the basket data, the SKU data. And that basket data is very powerful because it tells you something about an actual preference, not a desire, not something you aspire to, something you actually love because you buy it. So that purchase history, when linked to a person, but not a person in the sense of a name, an address, but a tokenized identity, becomes a very powerful tool to start to create that relevance in the relationship between the consumer and the retailer. So think of Google, but better. So if I want to buy a helmet for my bike, and by the way, I fell off my bike, that's why I have a broken hand here. I search on Google different providers, and then for 3 months, I receive spams, effectively emails, about bike helmets, bike covers, saddles, you name it. So that data, Google is doing a pretty good job, obviously, at creating a better experience when you search. But I'm trying to make you compare this example with the example of knowing exactly what people buy and linking that purchase history to a profile. That's what payment data does to power marketing. So what do we do with this data? So now I want you to think as a retailer and not as a consumer anymore. So in the physical world, more so than in the e-commerce world, retailers know nothing about us. I can go every single day to my favorite coffee place or restaurant. They still don't know who I am. Even if I'm so loyal that I've picked up the loyalty card, the stamp card, and I get my stamps for each of the items that I buy, they still don't know who this guy is. They don't know whether I could come back at lunchtime if I come for the coffee in the morning. They don't know if I work around that area or not. They don't know if I like the salads or if I like the pastry. They know nothing about me. So creating a relevant mobile marketing experience is about using the data that I described before, not to actually dump data on the retailer, but to create tools that enables the retailer to send personalized rewards or personalized offers or personalized information to the consumer. So what we've done is develop a series of retailer tools that use that data to push these specific information, offers, rewards in a way that each consumer feels treated as an individual. And this is a true revolution in the way that marketing is done. We started to see that obviously with Amazon in the e-commerce world. We're starting to see it obviously with other e-commerce players. We have not seen this on the high street. We have not seen this yet in physical retail. I wanted to put up this slide because I think it's quite important to understand the sort of premise of a technology company, which is effectively a marketing business, which is powered by the payment. It's not about creating a better payment experience. I don't think any of us have a payment problem. It's not about digitizing loyalty cards only, because that's not going to move the needle much. It's not going to create a much better experience for us. It's about creating that bond, that consumer, that engagement between the consumer and the retailer to enable a better relationship. That is possible in the e-commerce world. It is possible in the physical retail world. So that's my conclusion. It is possible to make mobile marketing extremely relevant to each of us, provided that you get access to the data. So the data can be a scary thing for some of us. For most of us, we actually used to actually sharing data. Here the data is put to the purpose of something extremely meaningful, which helps in everyday life. It's about convenience on both sides. And as I said before, we talk about mobile marketing, so let's focus on the mobile as the communication device more than the only way to pay or the only way to do anything else. It's really about communication. And we see it in everyday transactions now with about 13,000 users and growing every day, that you can make the experience extremely different, extremely slick compared to what we've done before when buying in store. So I wanted to keep this presentation rather short to be able to take questions.
What retailers are you already operating with, other than the ones that were just on that screen grab?
Not all of them that were on the screen there, some of them. So we have retailers like Fernandez and Wells in central London. We have Chop and Walk. We have Hummus Brothers. We have Patisserie Valérie. And we're in conversation with large retail chains in the quick service restaurant business. You will see in early part of 2015 some announcements with big chains in the food sector. Our focus has been primarily in the university segment to create a consumer network very fast. So as I said, we're growing by about 100 registered users per day. We are now, after 9 months, at 13,000 registered users, and our transaction number is about 60,000.
How do you define the exact, you talk about the different customer profiles and that you are able to target specific discounts towards a specific group of people, but how do you define those groups with the information, and what information do you use?
So we did, the question is about defining the consumer sub-segments basically, and how do we target them. So the data that I mentioned before, which you get on the receipt today, you get it on YoYo. So every time you pay with YoYo, and you go to the receipt page of YoYo, you basically get that itemized data, right? So that data allows us to basically create some sub-segments like the coffee drinkers, or the healthy juice drinkers, or the tea drinkers, or the salad, sort of lovers and whatever. So we did, for instance, recently an experiment at Imperial College where we defined a sub-segment of about 100 coffee drinkers, and we send them effectively a voucher for a coffee at Fernandez in Wales, which is a very nice sort of chain of tapas and coffees, and it's kind of a Spanish influence outfit. Very good. So it was interesting because we had a very high redemption rate. So we targeted effectively people who love coffee, and we drove them literally with basically a voucher and communication via the mobile to Fernandez in Wales, which is 300 meters down the road from Imperial College, which is on Exhibition Road. So that was one of the first proof that you could actually create something which is relevant to these guys. So they obviously appreciated to receive a free coffee because they're coffee lovers. And not the majority, a fraction of them actually redeemed the coffee. But in terms of marketing, I think we were at 12% redemption, which from a marketing standpoint is pretty good. So we can do that. We can define people who like pies, in certain subsegment of the Imperial College or Essex University. We do this stuff also to enable a brand to start to promote certain products. So we do it today.
Hi, how does the payment actually work with the YoYo app? Do you link it to your bank account?
Sorry, I should have mentioned that actually. I take it for granted, but it's not that obvious. So you have to attach a funding source on YoYo. So it's your credit card or debit card, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, which accesses your funds. So this QR code here basically creates the authorization at the point of sale. What you saw here on the video is actually what happens in real life. It's very, very fast. And then you basically get the authorization is done automatically, you don't see it, you're done. So this accesses your funds in a secure way.
So then on the EPOS side, is YoYo defined as another payment method, basically? Oh.
So if you're the cashier, you have a cash button. If you've seen all your life, you have the card button and you have the YoYo button. It's a new acceptance mark.
So do you, with other contactless payment options, there are a maximum spend. Is that the case with YoYo, and how much is it?
It is the case, but it's £100. So it's not £20. Yeah. It doesn't have to be, but it is for the time being, as we monitor the user behavior.
Just on that then, if your spend can be higher, do you see this branching out to other areas of retail, so using it in closed stores? Do you see this going out into other areas of retail, so closed stores, etc., or is it just going to be food? Or?
No, it's not going to be just food. It's pretty obvious that the quick service restaurant is the most sort of ready sector out there in the UK, in America. but there's no limit to the type of purchase you can make with Yo-Yo. I don't envisage a world where I'm going to buy a piece of jewelry at Tiffany's with this, but I imagine a world where I can buy clothes at Topshop. I can buy any type of stationery. I can buy petrol. I can buy stuff on airlines instead of using cash, and so on. So there isn't any specific sort of regulation that we are dependent upon to set a limit to the actual transaction value.
What markets are you recently launched in? Like what markets are you targeting?
You mean geographical markets? So we obviously are London-based. The UK is a fantastic market to start a business. So we're starting here. We're actually capturing the university sector at a very fast rate. With a solution we actually has captured the imagination of the majority of the universities here in this country, which is great. We're now looking at America for 2015, and we're in partnership discussions in Southeast Asia as well. Any other question at the back? Any other question? Great. Thank you so much. Enjoy the conference.